How's it going? Rez here, just wanted to make a short video of a text adventure that I've been working on. Inspired by the likes of things like your old Fabled Lands books, fighting fantasy books, stuff like that. I wanted to make a text adventure since I was a little kid, but didn't have the skill back then. But since I know how to use Unreal Engine now, I decided why not make one in Unreal Engine, even though that seems like slicing bread with a buzzsaw in terms of a tool. But anyway, whatever. You can type in begin. It's basically most of the work's been writing a parser for all the text with Unreal. So you start, at least in this demo, in the forest glade. Sun shines down through a thick canopy of forest trees above you, their branches looking like gnarled fingers. A carpet of decaying leaves covers the damp earth beneath your feet, and the air smells fresh. You can hear the sound of running water somewhere to the east. There is a wooden table, strangely, standing in the middle of the forest, and a campfire crackling as it burns. You also notice an iron gate to the north, and it also lists your exit, so the interactable objects are listed in green, so you can do something like look at wooden table. The table almost looks like it was only built in the last week or so. It has some dust on it and some moisture from the forest air. On top of the wooden table there is a metal flask. So objects that are in rooms basically are in green, and then objects can also have items associated with them. So the wooden table has a metal flask. You can look at the flask or look at metal flask. It'll both work. You can set words that are keywords when you want to look at stuff. Scuffed metal flask appears a little beat up, but should still be fine for holding water, mead, or other liquids. You can type look with nothing. We'll look at the room again. What do we got? Look at campfire. Campfire burns slowly, embers drifting off into the air as it does so. Inside the campfire there is a shiny object. Look at shiny object. There is something under the hot campfire coals that is glinting. So you can try to take things. Take shiny object. This will not work. You reach into the campfire, searing heat envelops your hand, forcing you to pull it back out quickly. Luckily, you didn't burn yourself too bad, but the shiny object remains in the fire. So obviously, if you want to get the shiny object out of the fire, you're going to have to work out what you need to do. The metal flask that was sitting on the wooden table will help with that. So if we look again, look table, I'm going to take the flask, and now the flask has gone into the player's inventory, backpack I'm calling it in this. You can type BP, show your backpack contains, and even though that metal flask is not in the room anymore, you should be able to type look flask, and it'll still show you the details of it if it's in your inventory. So looking at the room again, what else have we got? We have an iron gate to the north. You can look in directions, so look north. There's a sturdy iron gate blocking the path to the north. Try to go north, it will show you the same message. What do we got? Look at iron gate. Attached to the iron gate there is a solid lock. Look at lock. The lock appears to also be made of iron and looks very sturdy. You are going to need to find a key if you want to go this way. Alright, so we can't go north. We have an exit to the east, so if we look east, you look to the east and can see a pathway between the trees that heads in the direction of the sound of flowing water. Alright, so we will go east. And now we've been shifted into a new area, new room, forest glade stream. The trees above you open up and the sky becomes visible again as you leave the edge of the forest into a clearing. You see a stream flowing steadily to the south. Look at stream. The stream is flowing steadily from the north to the south through here. It is about 12 feet wide and possibly quite deep. The sound of the water flowing over the rocks and logs is quite relaxing. So, in the backpack, we have the metal flask that we picked up from the table, and what we want to do is fill the flask with water and then pour that onto the campfire to get whatever is in the campfire. So we'll use flask on stream. Take the flask from your backpack, plunge it into the stream, filling it with cool water. And what that will do is using things on other things can also replace items. So now the metal flask has become a filled metal flask. Look at the metal flask filled with cool water from a stream. Great. And look again, we've got an exit to the west. You can look west if you wish. Looking to the west, you can see a path through the trees that lead further into the forest. We'll go west. Look at campfire. We have the filled metal flask in the inventory. We will use the filled metal flask on the campfire. You take the filled metal flask and pour its contents of the cool water onto the campfire. It extinguishes with a hiss and a cloud of smoke pours out for a few moments. Look at the campfire again. And now we'll have updated what it says. The campfire has gone out, only charred wood and ash remains. Inside the campfire there is an iron key. Look at key. Small key made of iron, looks quite old. We'll take the key obviously. Take the key, look again, and what have we got? They've got the gate there, so we will use iron key on gate. You insert the key into the iron lock and hear a loud clack as you turn the key. The iron gate unlocks and you push it open. Alright, so now that means we can go north through the iron gate. Now in another area, the forest cabin. The forest in this area, while still dense, has been cleared somewhat. There is a low wooden fence that is overgrown with all kinds of plants. You see a wooden house standing to the north that looks old and abandoned. We'll take a look at the wooden house. The house looks old and disused. There is no way anybody still lives here. It is overgrown with all manner of plants from the forest and obviously was built using trees from the area. The door on the front of the house is closed. So we try and go north into the house. We'll say the way into the house is blocked by a closed door. But all we will do is open the door. You push against the door at the front of the house, and after a moment it slides open, the base of it scraping across the old stone floor. Look north. What do we got? The door to the house is open. Look house. So it shows the same text again, except at the bottom now it shows the door to the front of the house is open. So we'll go north into the house. A wooden house interior. Inside the house, there's a man who starts speaking to you. Thanks for hanging out for a moment and watching me play through my text adventure demo. There is a lot more to come. Stay tuned on my YouTube channel or via the Discord channel. You don't notice anything else. You don't notice any exits. You are trapped here forever. Anyway, I just wanted to give a demo of that. Future plans are combat, which I've got a little combat system and stat system worked out for the character. Puzzles. I'm going to add a map to the top right so you can get a little bit more of an indication of what's around you. Back in the day, we used to draw them out, but I mean, I could still leave it so you draw them out. I don't know, we'll work it out. Anyway, stat system, you can type help, gives you some of the commands you can use. They're not all there, like the go command. I don't think the use command's there either. Anyway, little progress update. Hope you enjoyed it. If you got any comments or questions, chuck them below. I'll answer them as best I can. If you have any ideas as well, and thank you.